jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Well, that's enough of that. Just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas of 2024 with the bells. And let me just say it. Grandma and I have a few bells. This is about the major collection of it. We just have a few. And Shirley always loved bells. Loved them a lot. And this right here is the silver bell that Leah gave to her. And we've had it around on our tree for years. We've enjoyed that. Some of these other bells, this one Cheryl gave, it's a kind of cute one, ring for toilet paper. This one I got at the first memorial service at hospice after the first Christmas. The girls were with me when Shirley passed. This one belonged to Great Grandma Fair. This was our 25th anniversary. This came from Marilyn. Marilyn was Shirley's sister, and she had a huge bell collection. Not sure where this one came from. This one here, Grandma Fair painted that bell. And this one we just picked up as decoration. And so these bells here, this is probably from the 25th anniversary. It's I think that's where it comes from. When I was a boy, though, Mom would hang these from the ceiling, hang bells from the ceiling. And but I think that's our 25th anniversary. This one I know was at our 50th anniversary, a bell. Kind of on the principle of this dress here for this bride and groom, which is our 25th, one of the decorations. They just make out into a dress. Those just make out into a bell. So anyway, silver bells, the one like remembering that Leah gave her. Shirley loved the song Silver Bells, Silver Bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Hear them ring, ting-a-ling, soon it'll be Christmas Day. I remember 3 days or so before Shirley passed that the twins, Sheila and Shelley, sang with Shirley several times, Silver Bells, kind of a good trio. I enjoyed listening to them. When I was younger and as a boy, they had what they call dinner bells on the farm. You'd have this post, and on this post would be a framework, and on this framework would hang a fairly good sized bell, like this, only quite a lot larger. And it hung on there, and when it was time to eat, the ladies had the food ready, and the men were out in the field. They would go out and ring the dinner bell, and men would come in from the field, and they would come for their meal. I remember Mom would fix the meal, ring the dinner bell. We had no indoor bathroom, so Mom would have a galvanized basin out there, and Dad would wash up and clean up and go in. Where I really liked to be when the dinner bell was rung was down at my Aunt Lula's. I would play with my cousin Ralph, and she was an excellent cook. And boy, you couldn't wait. We would play, and we just couldn't wait when it was getting time for that dinner bell to ring. Couldn't wait till it rang because Lula was a really, really good cook, and always enjoyed what she had fixed. So dinner bells, seemed like nobody got mixed up knowing who their neighbors was. Probably they were off in a distance, but I don't see any dinner bells around anymore. They've kind of gone. We had a cow. Her name was Bossy, and she would go down through the ravines and so forth. To keep track of her, she had a big cowbell on. It would be clang, 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 and you could hear her off in the distance. And then, of course, you grow up and you start to school, and they had, we'll just use this bell here, they had a time to line up and come in from the playground and go into class, and then you'd go out for recess, and then they'd ring it again, time to come in from recess. I don't know where all the bells have gone. They faded in the past. I don't think they're around anymore. But there's a bell that I'm really looking forward to, really am. Songwriter put it this way: when they ring those bells of heaven, those golden bells of heaven. You know, I don't want to be tardy for that. I don't want to be late for that. So when heaven rings those golden bells, I want to be there. Also, I seem to connect bells and meals and stuff together, kind of come together like that. And so over the years, I was thinking of us gathering here in the house many times for Christmas, many Christmases. And everybody would come. Maybe once in a while somebody would have to miss, and we would truly miss them. They wouldn't get to sign the bingo card either. So I just kind of connect meals and bells and stuff together for Christmas. And then I pull in a poem that George Yonts, he was a bass singer for the Cathedral Quartet. And I don't know the name of the song, but they sang this wonderful song. And then in the middle, he would do this poem. And the poem would be just really heart-touching. And it kind of goes this way. When I was a boy, in days of childhood, I used to play till evening shadows come. Then winding down an old familiar pathway, I heard my mother call. It said, "Oh, son, come home, it's supper time. The shadows weave in fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last." And he would continue, "The Lord comes to the portal of glory and says to come on in for supper time. And we will be gathered around the table with the Lord himself at the greatest supper time of them all." Always loved his song and his comments on that. Many of you know where I sit on my swing on the back patio, and over 2 blocks, you know the Catholic Church, the very high steeple with a cross on top, and the 4 clocks, one facing each direction, north, east, west, and south, and all light up. What I liked about those clocks was that they chimed the hour every hour. 3 o'clock, you get 3 chimes or 3 bells. But the best part about it would be that at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, I would try to be out there or someplace so I could hear, because then they would add then a song. They would, in the bells or the chimes, they would add a song. 6 months ago, they quit. Something must have gone wrong, and they stopped. And it's just like, something's really missing. It just really, the day didn't seem complete. So I was really happy about 6 weeks ago. They started again. They fixed them, whatever they did, and they still come on now at noon and at 6 o'clock. You know, it's like this bell here. This is the only one that don't have a ringer. You could call it a bell, but it's a bell in shape, but it's the ringer inside that makes it the bell. There's nothing in there. And just touch on that little thought for a moment, that there's nothing in there to make it ring, to give you the joy of a bell. It's just bell by name, just name only. So I've seen so many unhappy people in life that they need the joy giver. They need inside, like this is the 25th one. They need the joy giver, like a bell that has a ring, has a purpose, has a meaning to life. And there's a ring to their life. A bell is only a bell by name unless it has the ringer. I could say that to me represents Jesus Christ, for the songwriter said, "In my heart there rings a melody. There rings a melody of love. I have a song that Jesus gave me. It has come from heaven above." So I don't want to call Jesus a clapper. I just want to call him a joy giver, who makes the difference in our lives and makes all the difference. So we rejoice because of Christmas. We rejoice because of it. For the Son was given at Christmas to eventually live in our lives and give us purpose and to give us meaning. So that's the whole story of Christmas. So I just come to wish you Happy Christmas. If I were a bell ringer, I would try to ring these bells and make them say Merry Christmas, but of course I can't do that. So I would just simply read to you about 2 or 3 verses of Scripture, which is in Luke the 2nd chapter, which says, And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around about them, and they were afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. And that great joy is Christ. There's a song out called, Who is that in yonder stall? And I heard the title of the song and heard it sung, and then I just put a second line to it. Who is that in yonder stall? Well, he's the one who came to save us all. So let me close with saying this. A friend of mine, I will call him and remind him about my prophecy class every month, and he generally says, I'll be there with bells on. So I use that kind of phrase to you. I hope Christmas, you're enjoying it with bells on, with purpose and meaning, and you know why it is, and you're going to enjoy every moment of it. That's what I want you to do. So I come to speak about J-O-Y, joy. And I trust this is a joyful time for you, and just wanted to, as Grandpa, wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you. See you later.